So today's our first day in Singapore, and we're going to be going to Changi Prison of War prison later on, but like yesterday. It's like the worst day ever. Like, because we're flying from Ho Chi Minh to Singapore, and we were all so sick. Like, it's like we got food poisoning our last night in Ho Chi Minh. So the first half of the night was James throwing up. And then I went and got Mum just to let her know that James was throwing up. So, and then like around 3 o'clock in the morning, I started throwing up, and it was so bad. Like it was like I didn't even have like that much food in my stomach. I was just chucking up bile. It was foul. So in the morning, I still felt really sick. And then Mum and James and Natasha and Dad went down and had breakfast. But James apparently didn't eat a lot because he still felt a bit sick. But so I just stayed in bed, and I was just like in so much pain. Like I was just like moaning, and it felt awful. And then we also I called Elle, and I was like, you need to go to a doctor. Like, she's like, don't do it in Vietnam, go to Singapore. So I was kind of like, if I feel like this when I get to Singapore, I'm going to a doctor, because I felt like shit. So we had to go we had to go on the plane, but I had to pretend that I wasn't that sick because I didn't want to be kept back in Vietnam and not be allowed on the plane. So every single time, like I was like sitting down on the floor because I felt like I was going to pass out if I stood up. But every single time I had to go like talk to like, you know, hand my passport over or something, I was just like, yep, I'm fine, and just try to be like, look like I was fine. And then once I'd like finished handing my passport over, like the first time, I just like vomited in like this plastic bag I was carrying around with me. But yeah, we got through, and then on the plane, like when we got to the gate, I just fell asleep, like across the chairs and on my travel pillow, and then got up, and then I had to like have like the most endurance I've ever had, like to get from that chair, stand in the line for about 10 minutes, and then get on the plane. As soon as I was on the plane, I just fell asleep, and I was asleep. The flight was about close to 2 hours once you consider like sitting in the plane before you take off and before you get off the plane. And they halfway through the flight, they gave us food, and like I never turned down food, but I just couldn't eat it. And just before we left, I'm gonna go finish. It's all just there. The ones that USBs, I just plugged them straight into the wall. Yeah, so when we landed, I just said to the guy who was like the air hostess, he's like kind of apparently been like watching me. So he was like, are you feeling better now? And I'm like, yeah, but I was like, I can't tell him that I was fully violently vomiting and stuff, because otherwise he might like send me back to Vietnam. So I was like, no, I just think I just need to have a bit of a sleep, and I'm all fine now and everything. And still feel a bit guilty that I didn't eat plain food because I love eating food. But we got to Singapore, and we basically got here at like 4 o'clock, and then we all just went to bed and slept. And Mum was like, you're not allowed to eat anything like for dinner or anything, so she gave Natasha some muesli bars because Natasha was feeling fine, and Dad had some food as well. But we just all kind of just went to bed. And then Mum's kind of really sick now, so I don't know if she's going to come to breakfast. But I like woke up at like around like 6:45. I was like, this is like not right. Mum always gets up before everyone. I'm like, why isn't she in here at 5 o'clock? But so I was like, she must be really sick. So I went and checked on her, and she was. But yeah, so the 4 of us probably going to go down for breakfast, and Mum's probably just going to stay in bed. We'll come down and just watch everyone eat. Something she would do. But yeah, we're just going to walk around Singapore. We've got a really good view, so it's really high up. Like, we're on the 52nd floor. We're going to walk around, and then we're going to go on our tour to Changi Prison of War prison around 1 o'clock, which is really interesting to go there because my nana's uncle, he was actually held there during the Second World War by the Japanese, so it's going to be interesting. our view from our room. We're like so high up. Like, that's all the way down.
I wouldn't want to make macs and stuff. I don't care having macs and stuff. I wouldn't want to try again.
I just want to have safe food. I'm so sick of.
What is like eating something like macs or something?
Or even a nice big Subway roll. With meatballs. So this is the pool. We're not going to go in it just yet, just having a bit of a look around. Just had some breakfast and I ate so much food because I was so hungry because I haven't eaten for like 24 hours. And Mum made herself eat. So this building up here is Fort Canning. It's also a, I think it was a Malaysian ancestral kingdom seat. This area around here used to be a graveyard for the Europeans, and there was a lot of like Christian Chinese and stuff that was buried here. That gate was one of the first gates that was built here, like when the English came. And here are some old headstones, but the rest of them have been taken down. Mum's really happy because we're at a church and there's a wedding over there. There's St. I think it's Andrew's Church, and then there's another wedding just over there. Mum loves seeing weddings. This hotel room's so cool because you can turn the doorbell off, and Mum and Dad always love ringing the door.
Stop here, so have a quick photo shot. Get rid of your cameras on your right. Here you are. Coming up next on your right, behind the green wall, you see the original prison building. And they're going to build a memorial park behind, where a vacant plot of land behind the walls. And they're going to superimpose the photographs of the POWs and the pictures taken during the war on the walls of this building. So when the whole thing is ready, it's going to be a very big attraction. This is the Sakabee old prison, and they've built several new prison blocks. For those who are serving the lighter sentence, they do not just allow you to sit in the cell or they allow you to sorry for yourself. You go crazy if you do that. And when you commit a crime, they don't believe in spoiling you. Unlike some Western prisons I was told, they're more like a holiday camp. Is that right? Yeah. Air-conditioned cells, TV, steak for dinner. In fact, they are so comfortable they don't feel like living in. But down here, they make you suffer for your crimes. And the cell is just one small room with a stone slab for your bed, no mattress, no pillows, a small hole for you to do your business, and a small basin for you to wash yourself. So if you sit in that cell all day long, you go crazy. So for those who are serving the lesser sentences, they take them up for exercises in the field, in the morning, in the evening, and they teach you to do something useful so that when you come out of prison, you can make yourself useful to society. At the same time, they can work in a bakery and department. They can also work in the laundry department, and they will get an allowance for the. They need to be kept busy, otherwise they go crazy. They're just sitting in the cell. They were forced to sign the agreement, but when they did so, they used fictitious names for themselves. Okay, you're looking at Selarong Camp. They used fictitious names to sign the agreement. Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Peter Pan, Peter Pan, Captain Cook. Later on, the senior Japanese officers found out about this. They become so angry with the Australian POWs, they punched 300 other POWs from the other war camps into Selarong Camp. So you can imagine how overcrowded and appalling the living conditions were. Sometimes are really bad. And on your left here, on your left and right, we're passing by a drug rehabilitation center for the drug addicts. Right now, there are over 8,000 drug addicts in Singapore, and the center on your left and right, they're housing 1,200 of them. And most of them are repeat offenders. They keep coming in and out so many times already. And the officers at the center are so fed up by seeing the same old face. They've introduced caning to those who are repeat offenders.
So right now we're just having a look through Changi Village. It's kind of like how Singapore used to be in the 70s. before it was like this cosmopolitan city. So on this beach, 30,000 Chinese men were executed by the Japanese during the Second World War. Basically what the Japanese did, they went through and they kind of interrogated all these Chinese people who lived in Singapore, and the ones they thought were anti-Japanese, they massacred them. So they shot them all with machine guns, and then they just, to check that they were all dead, they stabbed them with a bayonet in the back. Can't come to a beach and not get my feet at least wet. The Singapore Central Markets, and this is like a housing estate. Like, it's really subsidised for people who don't have a lot of money.
It's like they're having a prayer session. They're required to pray 5 times a day. If they happen to be passing by the mosque and they kneel down facing west in the direction of Mecca, the holy city. The men will be on the first floor, the ladies will be upstairs. Somebody asked me why the segregation. Because the girls are so pretty, otherwise the men will not pay attention.
Apparently each one of these houses is worth $20 million.
Looking at the side view of the building, if you look at it at the front and back. Okay, we're going back to the Swiss Hotel, the same Fed.
So that's the Raffles Hotel where the Singapore Sling was first made, but it's under renovation and the drink costs like $36, so we're not going to go. And we're going in the pool. Natasha's still in the room talking to Tote because she never comes to the pool with us.
Cal, stop!
Stop it. Today we're going to the Singapore Zoo. Got the Mercure Bay Sands behind me. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, we're going to go there later. But we're going to the zoo today, and I think we're going to have breakfast there, like a second breakfast. We've already had breakfast, but yeah, I'm really hoping it's not like the zoo that I went to in China, because that was really awful. Just because the zoos in Australia are really like, they really care about the animals' well-being, but I've found zoos in Asia, they kind of don't really care. It's more about just chucking the animals in so people can see them. So fingers crossed that it's actually not that bad. But apparently it's a good zoo. But yeah, that's really pretty down there. So all the primates around here are all free roaming, so this is one that's just hanging out over there. First thing we do at the zoo is we've got our second breakfast at the zoo. My money must be here for like 20 minutes though, so we can see all the other things.
Complete strangers, people you do not know, click on that, come up to you and begin to touch you for no reason, right? Same applies to this, guys. So please kindly remain seated. In fact, it has
a dog too. He spins around 300 times. Imagine you bought a dog like that and have a big fluffy tail and you're like, wait.
What? There's a rainforest in there.
Classic looking didgeridoo. It's tiny. It's Pumbaa.
这个是叫
I've noticed that eyeballs, his eyelids, his face all the same colour.
There's a Christmas tree.
Let's go and see what photos Oh, there are those ones up there. You've got to pay 5 cents.
What's my name？在那个最上面是有的呢，看到了吗？Chinese 是吗？
Started walking towards us. Moving. Oh! Careful, baby! You've done goofed. Did it jump?
小声一点。他们什么呀？
Oh, he slips off. I think that's all the adrenaline rushing his face too. He's moving. He's gonna just fall off there. He's fat. He's got fat legs.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Show you some odd.
You can always go backwards. You've got to keep going anyway. We're not going to see the penguins.
I don't want to walk in front of it. Run to you.
No, just walk slowly. Yeah, just walk past it.
You're right to walk past it, just walk past it. careful, let's not fall. So pretty. Dad helped me climb the tree, and then I like climbed higher, and now Mum's super worried that I'm gonna fall down.
Talk about brand names. They look nice.
So we're going to look in the cloud forest and the flower dome, which is over there. The flower dome is the largest greenhouse in the whole world. Apparently it's like the biggest attraction in Singapore.
Yeah.
Water is continuously Plants depend on sunlight to make food for themselves. Gardens by the Bay is also powered by the sun. Instead of leaves, the super trees have solar cells that
So this is the flower garden. It's like the second big exhibition. Mum, I think they're just native plants.
Why have they got him naked?
So we're going to see the light show at the Super Tree Grove. So that's all like those, can't really see. So all those big tree things over there. They're all solar powered, so they're going to have a light show really soon. So tonight's our last night in Singapore, and today we're going to Universal Studios, which will be super fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. Are you, Natasha?
Yep.
Natasha's just doing her hair. I'm so excited. I love theme parks.
Oh, it's my face. What are you doing?
big goose, and she thinks we're taking her babies. Be upset, Mama Goose. Your baby is safe. Time to celebrate. We have saved the orphanage. Why did I do it?
So that concludes our day at Universal Studios. We're probably just going to have Subway for dinner tonight, and tonight's our last night in Singapore, so probably, it sounds really late, probably just have a good night's sleep and be ready to leave tomorrow, which is actually quite sad, but I'm ready to go home. Natasha's dreamland. She loves Hello Kitty. Sorry?
Mine's a little chef.
That's
a little
cute.
chef man.
Natasha's surprised that she's got a little chef. Today's our last day of our holiday, so it's our last day in Singapore. So today's our last day in Singapore. Just, it's a really nice looking city. But yeah, so we're just gonna go look at Orchard Street where they've got all the designer shops, like the Gucci's and Louis Vuitton and all that. And then we're just gonna go in the pool. So just a nice kind of cruisy day. But yeah, it's been a good trip. But I'm kind of looking forward to going home and just having to sleep in my own bed. Not wearing any makeup today because I just kind of want to be comfortable. So I'm gonna go to look at all the designer shops looking like a backpacker homeless bum. So down there you've got the Lion, then you've got the Mercure Bay Sands, over there you've got Gardens by the Bay with all little, well not little, huge artificial trees. And you got the Art and Science Museum right there. And the racetrack is over there.